Okay, let's see. Going live. Alright, let's see if I got this camera working. There, angled up. Live is kind of, it's a whole new ball game. It's so tricky, but it's so fun. This is my second live video. Plant vibrations. A little bit more down, let's get it. I need to get a little bit more professional, I guess. Second live video of plant vibrations with me, Devin Wallin, and I am here in, that is Steve. What's up, Steve? I have this camera. It's like, you gotta do the tripod, you gotta have like everything set up, and I gotta have the camera close enough that I can actually read the, I can't even read the names. Boobalinkas, what's up? How you doing? This is not good if I can't read, so I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer. What's up, Steve from St. Louis? Hey Brian, how's it going? So today, I wanted to do a little taste test of the guanabana, or the SOURSOP fruit, if you have heard of it before. Sorry, I have the laundry machine going. I'm gonna pause it, because that's super distracting, and I don't have my microphone on today. But so over the weekend, we went to, we're here in Bogota, in the north part of Bogota, and we went to a plaza, which is like, it's like a daily fruit market, daily farmer's market, more or less, and there's just like all the different sorts of tropical fruit you could ever desire. And our idea was to go there and buy a bunch of different fruit, bring it back, do some taste testing and record it, and like, you know, share how they all taste in a video. And so we did that, and we're trying to do some new camera angles, like have multiple cameras going at the same time to kind of integrate them. Therefore, the editing is taking a lot longer. But thanks, Steve. It was really fun just like going, and I've been here for like 3 months now, and I was here last like September through December. And obviously, because travel is so challenging right now, I'm here because my girlfriend is Colombian and she's from Bogota, so that's why I've been here for so long. But there's really no other tourists. I'm literally the only gringo around. I haven't met any other Americans in the last 3 months, or no one from Europe. I just don't, it's just not happening. Consequently, when I go to these places with my camera and my microphone, it's kind of like it's a little bit of an ordeal. I love Colombia. It's a beautiful country. Lots of awesome plants. If you've been watching along, you've noticed it. But it's not always the safest country. Hands down, I've traveled all over the world, all across Europe, various areas of Asia, Mexico, lots of different areas. I haven't done like any exploring on my own here, just because I really don't feel safe enough for it, which kind of, that's a side topic, but just kind of put it into perspective. So we went to this plaza, got a bunch of different fruit. Some of the fruit that we got, these things, which are a type of physalis, or a Cape gooseberry. You may have seen them in the United States. I've seen them a few times. They have like an outer kind of sheath. They look a lot like tomatillos, like small tomatillos, and pretty sort of tasty. They're in the same family, the Solanaceae family, so that's like the nightshades, like tomatoes, potatoes, eggplant, bell peppers, all those sorts of things. So it sounds like you can definitely get that vibe that it's in that family. It's okay, not my favorite. And then in the video, I did some other taste testing and things like this, which is like super popular, called feijoa. What else did we taste test? These little guys, they have a really similar texture to lychee. So you kind of like, they're called mamoncillo. So they have like this really jelly-like texture, a lot like a lychee. And like, you kind of just like put it in your mouth and kind of try to get a little bit of the meat off, but really like, it's just a big seed. They're probably, the flavor is nice, but whatever. Anyways, sorry, I got off topic. So when we went to the plaza, we got this beautiful SOURSOP fruit. Here they call it guanábana. It's I think the species is Anona maricata, something like that. But it's a really cool fruit. I have never seen them in America before. I would always confuse this with like a durian, which if you've heard of durian, when I was in Singapore, durian was everywhere. It was like this really stinky, smelly fruit that everyone loved. I never tried it, but it's different. Sometimes they call this like the Dutch durian in Southeast Asia. It's a plant that it's like a tree that grows like, I think 30, 40 feet tall, and it produces these enormous fruit. They have like these spikes on them. They're like scary looking. And when you go and you're actually like searching for them and trying to pick out which one, it's a lot like picking out an avocado. That would be like my closest comparison. So, you know, when you go and get an avocado at the store, if it's soft, that means it's ripe, it's ready to eat. Or you can get them when they're a little bit harder. Is it Kawino? I am not sure. Where are you from, Sabrina? What language, dialect, idiom is that from? But anyway, so you buy them like an avocado. You can buy them unripe, and then over like 4 or 5 days, they'll just slowly ripen and soften. So now this is like nice and soft. It's really the same texture as a ripened avocado. And I've never tried this before, so I'm really stoked to see how it tastes. So we may as well just open it up. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. Okay. So as far as I know, you just kind of cut it in half. And it's also, if you've ever heard of cherimoya before, like the custard apple, I think there's like a quote by Mark Twain talking about the cherimoya, saying it's like the most heavenly, tastiest fruit that man has ever found, something like that. So this is related to that fruit. So I have high expectations. During our video over the weekend that we're currently editing about all the different fruit, it was kind of fun. Some were like really tropical, really flavorful, and others were just awful. So stay tuned for that video. Oh wow, look at this. This is like super juicy. Can you see that sheen, the shine? Look at that. This is a hefty fruit. I don't know how I'm gonna eat this all or how long it stays good for, but this has got to be like 8 pounds. That's not what I was expecting at all. Well, just because I had done research, it was kind of like what I was expecting, but okay. So there's like the aroma is intoxicating. It's an insanely huge fruit. I think it's like for a family of 4, you have to feast on it. The way that it's typically eaten, most of the time, it's eaten raw, but you'll also find like ice cream sorbets. Oh, that's not what I thought. It is super interesting. You'll have to, if you have a chance, leave in a comment, Sabrina, what the kawio, what it's another name for it. And of course, juice. Steve, you're correct. A lot of times they will juice this. One thing you got to look out for, you can see all these like seeds here. These are inedible seeds, so you don't want to eat the seeds. But back to the aroma, I'm getting like, wow, it's got a little bit of a sour flavor, kind of like a little bit of a sour aroma, like maybe like a pineapple, but then there's some definite like berry action going on. Definitely, I'm expecting it to be quite tropical in its flavor profile. I don't really know what you do. I think you just kind of like dig in. So let's see. And from what I understand, you just kind of like, you eat it and you spit the seeds out. So you'll have to excuse me. Hold on. There's a lot of seeds in this. Okay. So that was way more seedy than I was expecting. I had like 8, I was just like 1 spoonful had like 8 seeds. That wasn't very fun. Have you ever had like, so I'm a vegan and there's some vegan like beef jerkies that are like really stringy and they kind of like, the texture is really like meaty of this, and it reminds me a lot of like the vegan beef jerkies. Super stringy, really meaty. The flavor is unreal, actually. I want to say it's like, if you've ever had like a tropical flavored like bubble gum, like the flavor is almost fake. I swear, it's like a tropical flavored bubble gum. It really tastes like candy. If I was a kid, this would be my favorite fruit for sure. I really don't eat much fruit. I'm definitely gonna be eating this. Let me see. So I guess like you eat it really slow because you gotta like look out for all these seeds. You can see the seeds are like, they get kind of like encapsulated in the meaty flesh. It's kind of challenging to eat, but well worth it. I can imagine on like a hot summer day out in the sun by the beach, eating this slowly as you hear the waves of the ocean kind of lap and something like that. That's kind of like what this fruit would remind me of. So if you ever do see it, I've never seen it in the United States. If you do see it, buy one. They're kind of expensive. Honestly, this was like $10. And in Colombia, like I kind of rationalized if something is $10 here, it normally would equate to like $30 in the United States. So it's definitely like an expensive fruit, but an experience. I have never tried anything like this. I don't know if you guys have been around or seen on my Instagram page. I had a really, really popular short little kind of 30-second video where I was actually harvesting the fruit of a Monstera deliciosa. If you didn't know, Monstera deliciosa will also produce fruit. And in that video, I showed how to harvest it, how to ripen it, and then to eat it. And the flavor profile is very, very similar to this. It's like a tropical fruit salad. I think what I'm gonna do, we got a blender here, so I'm gonna just take all these seeds, try to take all the seeds, or have Samantha help me do it, and make a juice, make it like with some ice, like something, what do you call that, like a slushy, 7-Eleven slushy style. I think it would be amazing. So if you do find this, try it. If you're on vacation and you see this somewhere, plan ahead. If it's not right, buy it, wait for it to ripen, and then eat into it. It is excellent for juicing. Yeah, that's what I was reading. I was reading a little bit that they were saying that it's like has anti-inflammatory properties, tons of antioxidants as well, and that, touted to have some cancer-killing qualities about it, which is pretty amazing. I don't know if they've been scientifically proven or whatnot, but I think Mother Nature always has the answers to everything that we need. So next time you see this, if you do see it, if you go travel to a tropical area, I think they're mainly found in like Mexico, Central America, Caribbean islands, also Indonesia. Growing at the new, yeah, gosh. Thanks, Stephen, for asking. Yeah, I'm going back to Pennsylvania in a few weeks. I'm starting to get a little bit anxious because there hasn't been any weeding taking place. I have someone watering all my houseplants there, and she has told me that the deer have been eating everything. What's up, Samantha? You watching from across the aisle? Thanks for joining in. But my garden back in Pennsylvania, I'm nervous because the deer have been eating everything. I really don't want to invest in a fence. I've gotten quotes and it's just like mind-boggling. So I'm doing some research on deer repellents. I'm not very hopeful. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get home, but I know my hands will be in the dirt. But regarding fruit trees, I did plant a fig tree, a Ficus carica, before I left. So I'm not gonna have any fruits this year, but maybe in a couple years. And my parents in Indiana, they literally are they've got about 1.5 acre garden, and they are totally redoing their whole garden. They took out all of their conifers, took out tons of shrubs, and they planted like 10 peach trees and apple trees, and they just sent me a picture of their peach tree. I think they have like 80 pounds on one tree. So that's kind of my inspiration for when I get back. Do a lot of weeding and do some more planting once, the temperatures start to dip. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to this. We have a dinner, I'm making dinner. We have some, look at these nice veggies. And, oh, did you like the vase that I made the other day? Some anthuriums. The anthurium flowers are huge here. Some baby's breath and some Irish bells. But we got some veggie burgers that I'm about to heat up on the stove. I'm starving. I just did like a 90-minute yoga class here in the apartment. So it's time for me to go eat my dinner. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. What do we have planned? I have a video being released on Sunday, but I was trying to remember what it was about. What is it about? I don't know. Stick around and you will find out. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining in. Make sure to leave comments. I love hearing from you guys. You know, where you're from, what kind of stuff you like to see, and all that sort of stuff. All right, guys, I'll catch you later. Ciao.